Okay, I need you to stop talking.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Yeah, go ahead. You're going to be putting dolphin sounds all over that motherfucker.
Oh my God. Okay, stop it. She's joining now. Stop.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Okay, wait. Now I got to figure out how to do that side by side thing again.
Up at the top.
Yeah. Okay. It is already recording. I'm going to have to edit out like that whole last minute and a half.
Okay, I'll let y'all.
Hi, President.
Hi, Privy.
How are you?
I felt very technologically disabled when I asked him if that was the right terminology. Very frustrated. And I was also like a one of those eyelash infomercials just a few minutes ago.
Uh-huh.
Trying to put on my eyelashes, and I like squirted the eyelash glue and it wouldn't come out, and then it went everywhere.
Like, oh my gosh. I always get so afraid putting my lashes on because I have horror memories of when dance would happen and the time that Lindsay Waldrop glued her eyes shut right before a dance.
I heard about that. I think she told me about that.
Oh my God, it was awful. Oh.
Eric. Headphones. Okay, so hello.
Hi guys. We're gonna do this a little bit different this week due to a lot of the curfew guidelines and stuff. It kind of messed up our typical recording night.
As we say in Texas, the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, with everything that's happening.
Everything that's happening.
It's messed up how we usually will record because I alternate days with my little ones. We will record on like a Saturday or a Monday sometimes. We'll go over there. She'll come over here. But yeah. So here we are.
This week has been a little crazy. So yeah, so here we are.
Do you want to start or?
Sure. I mean, so we were talking a little bit earlier today about what we wanted to, well, I guess in the last few days, we've been talking about what we wanted to talk to you guys about this week. And something pretty awesome happened for me this week. And so it kind of gave us the idea of what we wanted to share with you guys. So this week I received an email with a,
so excited.
You get so excited for me, and it makes me so excited for me, which is awesome. Thank you. So I got a merit certificate. I was added to the merit list for this semester. I was also added for last semester. Both of these last 2 semesters in school, I have gotten a 4.0, and so so that was really really exciting and really special for me. I was not necessarily the best student in high school, though I'm still Facebook friends with several of my teachers, and we're great now. At the time, I was probably a very challenging student to have in class. I wasn't bad. I just wasn't necessarily the best student. And then I went into college just like every other, well, not every other, but as we were expected to. And so I went directly to UTA, quickly dropped out. I don't think I finished like the first 2 weeks at UTA, and my dad was definitely not happy with that. But I was driving back and forth from Aledo to Arlington, and I was already disappointed. So I guess to backtrack a little bit, I, in high school, was a cheerleader. And I was given a full ride scholarship to OSU for cheerleading and academics. In my end of my junior year, well, I guess summer before my senior year, we were at cheer camp, and I blew out my knee and had to have surgery. And in turn, I lost my cheerleading scholarship due to them saying that they didn't know what I was, I was going to recover if I would still have my skills when blah, blah, blah. Basically, the reason they gave me the scholarship, they didn't know if I would still fit that criteria, so they took it away. That being like the most important thing to me in high school, I was devastated, and I didn't care about school anymore. Like, school wasn't why I was getting good grades. Like, I didn't care about my classes. I cared about cheer, so I had to have good grades so that I could do cheer. And so when that scholarship was taken away, I didn't care about my future at that time. I was, 17, 18 years old and just mad. So I lost my scholarship for cheer. I still had a half scholarship for academics, but I quickly flushed that down the drain. And so my dad was, understandably upset, though I didn't understand at the time. He didn't want to send me to a school and have to pay for me to, in his words, screw around. So he sent me to UTA so that I would stay at home, and he could try to make sure that I was doing what I was supposed to do and not out partying and blah, blah, blah. Well, I wasn't out partying. I didn't get that chance, but but I didn't want to drive 45 minutes to and from class every day. And so I dropped out of UTA, and I decided to go to TCC the following semester. I made pretty good grades that first semester, A's and B's. The next semester, the same. The following semester, I did not. 2011, I guess spring of 2011, I registered for 5 classes. I hadn't really no other responsibilities, but I let my grades completely go. I stopped going to classes halfway through the semester. I got F's in everything. My teachers didn't drop me. I got F's. So I pretty much just bailed out of school at that point for, 5 years. In 2016, I tried to go back, and there were extenuating circumstances during that year, and so I didn't get a chance to complete those classes either, which I that time didn't just stop going, I did drop my classes, which means I now had 5 drops, and in Texas you can only have 6 drops. So I also had gotten a grant for that semester that I didn't pay back. When I decided to go back to school, spring 2019, right?
Sure.
Yes. Wait, no. Fall 2019.
Yeah.
I had to pay like $1,500 back to the school before they would let me register. And that was keeping me from doing the classes like before that, because I was like, that's a lot of money, like, and I wasn't sure I wanted to go back and blah, blah, blah. So I kept putting it off. Finally, I paid it. And in that moment, when I paid that $1,500 and actually decided to go back to class, I was like the most excited to spend that much money that I have been in a long time.
You called me and you were like, oh my gosh, I just did it. I just registered. I'm so excited.
Yeah. It was a really, really big moment. And I was really scared because I hadn't been in school really in 8 years.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, crap. Like, I don't remember how to study. I mean, I don't remember like how to wake up on time and go to classes. I've had a job this whole time. So like structure is not the problem, but like studying, like taking tests, like these are things I haven't done.
Right.
Do I remember anything that I learned in high school or the first 2 semesters? I don't know.
Yeah.
So it was really scary, but I went, and the first semester was challenging. I took a couple like hard classes, and then I took a couple fun classes, or that I thought were going to be fun. My modern dance class turned out to be the hardest class for me emotionally. And I mean, it was still more academic than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was just going to like show up and like dance and have fun. And it was so much harder for me than that.
Yeah.
Staring at yourself in a mirror when you're not comfortable with your body for an hour and a half 2 times a week was hard. Like, it really was. And I finally had a breakdown one day in class. I think I called you that day too. Right. Yes. Probably. Like, I'm crying because I cried in front of people, and I don't like to do that.
Yes.
so that was hard, but I made it through with a 4.0, and that was really exciting. And so I registered for another semester, and even despite the the pandemic and our classes being switched to online, I still finished the semester, minus my math class that I did end up dropping. But the rest of my classes, other 4 classes that I had, I did finish with a 4.0. And so I got this certificate a couple of days ago. And this whole journey has been like, it's been long and it's been hard, but it has also been like so rewarding. And I thought I was going to take the summer off, but I decided to register for a summer 2 class. I'm going to try that math class again. Wish me luck.
I'll help you. I'll help you.
Okay, good. I'm going to need all the help I can get. Um, so that's been a little bit about like my journey through school, a very brief version, I'm sure, um, but yeah, so I got the merit certificate, merit list, and that is all super exciting. But I'm not the only one that has been taking classes as well and furthering her education.
I have been doing that too. Like Mackenzie, when I don't even want to talk about my senior year of high school. That was just I grew up with the same group of friends from kindergarten all the way through my sophomore year of high school. Middle of my sophomore year, my stepdad's grandfather passed away, and we had basically like inherited, in a sense, that land that was ours. And so my parents decided to move from Benbrook to Burleson. And I think we finished out my sophomore year, but I started into a new school. So not only did I live in Burleson, we lived on the county line. So I ended up having to go to Mansfield. And that was like a almost 40-minute drive to school in the mornings. Moving in the middle of high school sucks, especially when you've had your close-knit group of friends that you have been, I mean, my circle of friends that I had, we were from like 3rd grade, when my 3rd grade teacher lined us up along the little portable building because we had a fight, and like shook her finger at us telling us that we better hold on to this. It was just really hard to leave all of that. And so I rebelled a lot after we moved. I was still in dance. I was still doing volleyball. I tried out. Mansfield's was a little bit different. It was like open tryouts for volleyball. And I tried out. I made varsity. Did that for a little bit, and then really just put more of my effort towards dance. In my senior year, I started working at On the Border, and school became less of a priority, and work became more of a priority. I turned 18 in October of my senior year. So I was not a very good student then. I still received a scholarship to TCU for my dancing, or for fine arts, basically. And I started summer classes.
Incredible dancer.
You do what?
I said, which she is an incredible dancer, even still.
Well, thank you. I started my summer classes, and that fall, I found out I was pregnant with Addison. And similar to your whole knee situation, they were like, so you have a scholarship for dancing and you're pregnant. And I was also, Addison was a twin. So I had this high-risk pregnancy of twins. And they basically like redacted my scholarship because I was not able to dance. So I kind of said, screw you, school, and took the year off and did my mom thing for a while. I got back into school when she was, how old was she? Was about 15 months, right? When I started TCC back up.
Did you
I don't
start
want to
before
say
I
the name
met
of
you?
the person. Yes.
Yeah, it was the semester before I met you. Yeah, you were in school
Okay.
when I met you. So yeah, about 15 months.
So I started TCC. I did really well. I completed almost like a year and a half. I had really great GPA. I did all my classes. when I did the testing to go into like where they kind of give you your base element of what classes you can take, I was a straight A student in high school until my senior year, but I had taken AP classes, so I didn't take any of those core classes my senior year. So all my grades were still really great. That transferred over on my transcript. I had high ACT scores, high SAT scores. But I thought I could rig the system when I took my entry exams. And I intentionally failed the math one, thinking that I could get an easy math class. And that's not, I literally figured out the answers and then answered the wrong answers on my math exam. And that's not how it happens. When you make below a certain score, they put you in a remedial math class. And that math class, you have to take it in order to move forward in other classes, but it doesn't count as any credits. So I basically wasted 2 whole semesters doing remedial math. It was a nightmare. So I did that, and then I got involved in a relationship, and I won't talk about it. Cheers. And school went out the window. I was working full time. I think I just started working at the bank then. And I didn't drop my classes. I like did enough to like float by. I made like C's and D's for the most part. And then I just stopped going to school for a while. And I didn't start going back to school again until 2014. I tried it first semester. I retook the classes that I made those C's and D's in so that I could up my GPA. Redid those in a semester, and then I was like, man, screw this. I don't want to do this. I had a good job at the bank. It didn't require me to have a degree. I worked my way up, and I was like, I don't need school. Like, I got it made here. At the bank that I worked at, some stuff happened the next year with a lot of negative press and things. So, yeah. So then I decided to kind of reevaluate where I was with school and with my work. And then I ended up getting into the relationship that I was in when I got pregnant with the twins. So school got put back on the back burner again. I started working in education at one of the local elementary schools in the special ed department, which, if you know me, my sped kids have my heart. And it really piqued an interest when I was working with the behavior kids of behavioral science and behavioral therapy. So I decided last year to leave school because working for the school and teaching and then coming home to the house that I had and the home that I had, it drained every second. Me too. It drained me. It was so, just teaching in general is emotionally draining, especially when you have a connection to your kids. It's really hard to leave that at the door when you walk out of school every day. And then I came home to a house of 8 children, and
whole nother kind of daycare.
Yes, there was nothing left of me to, even after I was done with that, to put forth towards school. But I knew that what I wanted to do, I had worked with some incredible teachers and with those therapists. I was like, this is what I want to do. I have enough classes that I could technically transfer over to UNT and start working. I think I have like a semester. No, I think I'll only need like 12 more hours to complete my bachelor's.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, and so I can technically transfer to UNT right now. They have a wonderful master's in behavioral science, which is what I'm going to need in order to become a behavior therapist. So last year I like took the plunge, and it was like, I think I just like woke up one day. I was like, I'm going to go talk to TCC and I'm going to go take a mini master class. And I took a psychology class, and it was a 4-week class, and I was making
It was
a
tough.
99 in that class. And I went to go take my final, and the computers that we have at the desk, we had 2 screens. Where is mine? I'm out of wine. I didn't
You
even
have
think
such a great husband.
Thank
Thank you.
Um,
Hey,
but we had 2 screens, and I'm like, I have my notes popped up on one, and I have the test popped up on another. And I thought I was on my notes screen, and I was on my test screen, and I hit the backspace button, which then ended my test, and I had only answered like 4 questions out of 118, and I made a 13 on the test, which then dropped me down to an 89 for my semester final grade.
I'm still mad about it for you.
I'm so angry about it. So then I registered for classes this year, and it was still kind of part-time, just kind of taking in those core classes that I needed. And I got really sick in February, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the babies were really sick in February. I ended up being in the hospital for a week, so I got behind. And then like a week later, all the COVID stuff happened. And I take mini-mester classes because it's easier for me to focus on one class in a 4-week span than it is for me to focus on like 4 classes over a stretch of 12 weeks. And when you miss a week of a mini-mester, it's like a needle in a haystack. There's no catching up. But with the COVID stuff, I was able to drop those classes and it not count against me towards my drops. So I re-registered for one class this summer 1 semester. I'm taking government, I think, next semester in the summer. And then I will hopefully finish up everything and transfer it over to UNT for the fall to finish up for my bachelor's. And then I will start working on my master's.
Woo!
Woo! So long time coming. It's been when did I graduate? In 07? So 13 years. It only took me 13 years, guys.
Wait. Oh, yeah. I always forget that you're a couple years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, we're the same age.
Almost. So, yeah, but this was important. When we were talking about it, I brought it up because obviously with Mackenzie's recognition that she had just received, I know how long she's been working really hard on this, and it's like she's wanted it, but there's been so much in life that's kind of come up and happened that we've put ourselves on the back burner, and that kind of just ties in with our self-care, with our priorities, with chaos, with life, with kids. And I just wanted to make sure that we talked about that and recognized her specifically, because it's not easy. It's so, the last thing she really wants to do at the end of the day is go sit in a class for 3 hours, and miss time with Wyatt or miss time with Eric, miss time with me. And but she makes those sacrifices on top of working full-time, on top of being a full-time parent. And it's incredible. It's I know it's not easy, and I think that's something that I feel like we should reach out to people and let them know, like, it's been a long 13 years. We've put it on the back burner too. We have these accomplishments, but it's taken us a little bit to get there, and we had to recognize that we were important and our goals are important too.
You're making me cry my eyelashes off.
Oh, love you.
No, I didn't mention before, I kind of touched on it, but I didn't say it specifically. So at the beginning of 2 semesters ago, I had a 2.3 GPA in college classes. And after these last 2 semesters, basically the last 2 semesters, I have spent replacing those grades that I got from that semester where I got all Fs. And it was really hard to retake the classes that I've already kind of taken, and work toward getting a really good grade. But it was also really motivational as well, and for me to be like, okay, like if I replace these grades, my GPA is going to jump dramatically.
Yeah.
And so from the 2 semesters that I spent replacing grades, my GPA jumped from a 2.3 to now a 3.5. And so I'm super excited about that. Like it's still not where I want it to be, because now apparently in my older age, I should, or I've become more of a, I don't know, perfectionist, or just I care more about my school now than I did before. It took me a long time to get there, and I worked really hard to get there, and I paid a lot of money to get back into school.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, before, when, I didn't have any responsibilities fiscally or otherwise, I didn't care about my school as much as I do now. And now, not only did I have to spend money to get back into my classes, but I also have a little person watching me. And I mean, he was the reason that I didn't go back to school in the first place, but now he's also the reason that I am in school. And it might be a little bit like counterintuitive, but I was told beforehand, me going to school is going to take away time that I have with him. And I was made to feel guilty for going to do.
Cry.
I know, me too. I was made to feel guilty for going and doing anything for myself, whether it be going out with friends, going to the gym, going to school, anything, whether it was positive or not. If it took time away from my family, then I wasn't supposed to do it. And that's how I was made to feel for a few years. And so finally, getting out of that and getting past that, and now having somebody who is super supportive in my relationship wise life, but also obviously Allie has always been very supportive. But things have changed a lot, and I have more of a support network that allows me to get that time for myself and work on my school, and supports me and doesn't make me feel bad about it. And also through therapy, but I've had a lot of people tell me, like, hey, no, like, this little person is watching you achieve something that was really difficult. And that is really important too. And showing them that they can they can accomplish anything that they want to accomplish, and they can set their mind to it, and we can balance out the mom and the work and the school, and we can all do it together, as a little village, as
Yeah.
we definitely are a little village. I mean,
Yes.
there's enough of us.
Yes.
But so what we really want you guys to know is that if there is something that you want to accomplish, you can. It might not be easy, but there was a way for us to go back to school, and we're doing it. And if it's not school, if it's something else, if it's something that you want to accomplish, then do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Find a way to do it.
For sure.
And
it'll be hard.
Hmm?
Hmm? Hmm? It'll be hard. Learning to prioritize. I think one of my biggest struggles is, do I want to go sit on my couch and watch TV tonight and relax? Well, yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to catch up on Grey's? Like, duh.
Sweet Magnolias.
Yes. Or what is that one that I watched? I don't know how to say it.
Oh, Prodigal Son.
Oh my stars, Joel, it's so good. But I've spent countless hours after bedtime, which is 8:30 in my home, going up to Starbucks so that I could get out of my house, so that I could have a clear mind, and sitting at Starbucks until 10:30, writing papers, doing my homework. And yeah, I wouldn't get home until 11, and then I got to get myself ready for bed, and then I have to get up at 5:30, and it's like, it's not going to be fun. It's not easy. It's not like, I mean, the work is a little bit easier now, I think, hindsight wise, just because, at least for the classes that I take, because I have more perspective, more growth.
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to take notes. Like there's more to it, I guess. Being a little bit older, you learn to appreciate it more.
Definitely.
Your own study habits, how you learn better, just being in work, I'm a visual learner, I'm an auditory learner, I'm a hands-on learner. Like, you learn those things, which makes it a little bit easier. But priority wise, it's almost harder, because like you said, like back then we didn't really have a lot of things holding us back or keeping us busy. Like now we're working now, well, you're a spouse, but you have a family, you have your kids, and
Hey,
we
I take up almost just as much time as a spouse, and you've got me as your best friend. So
that's true. That's true. But it's you have to fit it into your schedule if you want it. But it's doable, and it's almost like a confidence boost, wouldn't you say? Like
oh yeah,
it
totally.
just makes you feel proud of yourself.
After the first semester that I mean, even if I would have just finished it with A's and B's, I would have been just completing it,
Yeah.
getting back into it, and it was really scary, but actually finishing something.
Yes.
I mean, even we talked about that in our self-care episode too, even just making the bed, like doing those little things that are just accomplishments, like they are confidence boosters.
Yeah.
But that whole semester, like finishing that with good grades, like that was a huge confidence boost in
Mm-hmm.
my, at least, academic path.
Yeah. So I kind of like you just said, I want to make sure that it doesn't matter what your goals are. I mean, so many people, especially during this whole thing, has been like, I want to learn music. I want to learn how to, I don't know what else people are wanting to learn, but like they're wanting to do things. I want to crochet, or I want to do,
I was gonna say knit.
um, like they're wanting to pick up these other things where they're like, I mean, I bought the piano. Now, granted, my kids broke it, but I bought the piano. I wanted to learn how to do the piano. It's like it's all the same precedence of like you have to dedicate yourself to it. You have to know that it's worth your time, and you have to practice or prioritize it, and you'll accomplish it. Doesn't matter how old you are or where you're at in your life. Yeah.
One of my like biggest um I guess academic inspirations is one of my teachers from high school, and we are friends on Facebook now. And she said that, like she said it a couple of times to me, and she's like, "Remember, I went back and got my master's, or maybe it was her. I think she said it was her doctorate. She was yeah, doctorate. I
Wow.
went back and got my doctorate at 60 years old, and I'm just like." It's never too late to start a new path. If you want to learn something new, even if you don't really use it, if you just
Yeah.
want to do it, if you want to learn it, if it's something you've always wanted to do, do it. Even if you're comfortable in your job and you don't want to change
Yeah.
careers, but it's something that you want to learn, go do
Well,
it.
it's like when I'm like, oh, I want to take this class, and you're like, why are you wanting to take all these extra classes?
Yeah. I'm like, why don't you just want to get through
Like
school?
classes that have nothing to do with my major. I'm just super interested in. Like, I don't know, because part of me, even though I want to be a behavioral therapist, it's kind of morbid, but I also want to be a medical examiner.
I so see that for you. She watches 48 hours to go to bed.
Yeah, it's great. But like, I mean, I can't be a homicide detective because I got to go be like on like patrol or whatever for 5 years. You have to have like 5 years of law enforcement, like active, whatever that is, before you can go do something like that.
Oh wow, that's pretty
At
cool.
least in Parker County, at least. Um, and I'm not made for that. I'm like, no, 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 no. I just want to go find who kills
The
the people.
first time like somebody cried to get out of a ticket, you'd be like, "Okay, I'm sorry.
Whatever.
You have a good day."
But
But so
yeah.
one thing I wanted to share, one quote that my friend's dad said to her, and then she told me, was, "You can do whatever you want to do. You just have to do whatever it takes." And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right." And he is, I mean, he's a retired doctor now, but like it wasn't always like the easiest thing for him to do
Mhm.
either, but he did it because that's what he wanted to do, and he passes that, kind of, I
Yeah.
guess, mantra on along to his kids. And they're like, look, you're gonna have plenty of struggles, you're gonna have plenty of things that you have to somehow overcome, but if you want to, then you'll find a way to do it.
The mantra.
The mantra. What mantra? I mean, come on now.
Oh Lord. It's in my book of Aliisms.
But
So yeah, what I always do that. I get so I'm interested to know, what have you guys accomplished or went back and decided, you know what, I'm worthy of this, I deserve this, I want to do this. Are you back in school? Are you back in the gym? Are you learning a new trade? Like, what are you doing to fulfill your goals or to help yourself meet your goals? Do you have a goal board or a vision board?
Ooh, we should make a vision board.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Good.
Let's do a video making a vision board.
That would be, yes. We're gonna do that.
So give us some ideas. What are you guys doing?
Yeah. Just, I mean, anything. Yeah. But I like hearing that feedback.
Stella is she wants attention.
Oh.
Be famous. Come here.
Hi, Stella baby.
Say hi, Auntie Allie.
She's like,
she also has her new necklace on. Did you see?
Oh, I did.
She's got her Love is Love necklace on, her Pride Month necklace.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
So sweet.
But yeah, you guys give us ideas. Shh. Give us ideas. She just wants attention. Give us ideas. Tell us what your goals are. What is something that you've always wanted to do but you're scared? Let's talk about how to get you back into it. Let's talk about what steps
how can we help you? How can we motivate you to do that? For sure. Yeah.
Help us start the conversation, and email us or DM us on Instagram or Facebook. We are always available.
Yes.
Please like and subscribe. Share our YouTube channel. Let's get some more people to join the conversation.
I guess we could do that on. Never mind. I was gonna go grab the shirts.
Oh yeah, we were gonna wear our shirts. We got some Misfit Mama shirts in, and they are super cute. Some water bottles.
This is our water bottle.
Is it adorable? No.
What?
I mean, it looks good to me.
Okay. It looks backwards to me. So this is our Misfit Mama's water bottle. I'm going to go grab a shirt real quick.
Okay. They're not really for sale yet. We're hoping that they will be at some point, and we're hoping that you'll want some to wear with us. And we can kind of, create a community of misfit mamas. And you don't have to be a mama of a human. You can be a fur mama. You can be see, look, there it is.
I'm so excited. So I'm a tank top snob. I know we talked about that in our first episode, that I wear clothes that are like 3 sizes too big for me because I like the bagginess. So we went with men's tanks, and I don't know, I just don't like.
The fit is actually like really good though. I love it.
It is, and it's super
and the fabric is so soft.
Yes, but these are so awesome. We are so excited. Your Aunt Ashley did them, right?
Yes, my Aunt Ashley, she's amazing, and she does all sorts of like cute stuff. I wish I had her. Like, I think she has like an online like group or whatever. We'll have to like get that, and I can put the link in the description for sure. I don't know. I mean, I guess I should probably ask her. I don't know how many new clients she's looking for, but she did the shirts, and she did such an amazing job, and talked to me the whole time about, and even told me that our design that we had at the beginning was not going to work. So, and I love the shirts and how they came out.
Yes, they're perfect.
Worked on them. So
yeah,
we're hoping to get more shirts, and I need t-shirts. I like t-shirts better. Some leggings, because I live in leggings.
zip up hoodies.
Oh, how do you guys feel about fanny packs?
Yes,
I'm so in for the fanny pack thing, but
I was thinking about that for the gym, because I have a pair of workout Spanx that have the pockets on the sides, and I have the leggings with the pockets on the sides.
I have those.
But my my phone on leg days, my phone falls out of the pocket.
So we need a deeper pocket.
Legs. So what?
So we need a deeper pocket?
No, but the fanny pack, I was like, the fanny pack would be great because I have to keep my phone on me because of my AirPods.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to keep it on me somehow. So a fanny pack.
Fanny pack for the gym? Heck yeah.
Yeah. Are you
Heck
going to do
yeah.
that?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic.
No, I'm in. I mean, I can't wear a fanny pack while I'm doing jujitsu. That'd be a little awkward. But excuse me. Let me move my fanny pack.
I mean, they can make an exception. Man, what's
You
that
know,
bulge under your
like,
gi or G or whatever it's called?
oh, I need patches for my gi. That would be awesome. Product placement. Misfit Mamas.
That'd be good. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Okay, I think we're getting off the rails here.
I know, but it was
All
I
right.
was excited.
Ready?
Yep.
We may
May
not
not
have
have it all
it all
together,
together, but
but together we have it all.
I'm not sure that that was in sync, but we love you guys. Like,
Yes, thank
subscribe,
you.
share, like, subscribe,
Yes,
share, all of the above.
everything. All the
I know.
love.
Thank you guys. We
Bye,
love you.
guys.